Nangchö semchö Rinpoche maje panam che derji shepa nyamba me kone konde belwa ju susa dungar janda che jin chan yaso me pon sheba jalat semchen tende nyerde damche na tamba namje nuntar tsar de sus yung Teri, ngacho kejur hajong kong lama ji chudo translating. Tandi zodo kejur segana nda ti jison rong wadu chu dolin chi la kamanye shitanga sinye hitam zogo yol rep.
Rinpoche dit que je vais traduire pour lui. Pendant 20-25 minutes, il va donner quelques explications. Indiqué. So Rinpoche says that he will give some explanation for 20-25 minutes.
Tani Teri ngaso la chiri dudo gunkur chimbo chanjika tambo chud la gunkur chimbo chanjika samyolere.
So there are 3 points which are important when we practice like we do today.
Kari yolere sena yorba sanfie tamba uji mime tamba nju ngoba tamba se tamba sam se chore.
So there are 3 you could say holy points, the introductory point, the main point, and the closing point.
Te tamba sam te tombo chere judo yorba sanfie tamba se jit chere se jinna ta samba zombo katsonga tsotsome shendu chika shonchuk senrambo chen tenya seler.
The first point is development of bodhicitta, which is development of a good way of thinking, of wishing.
Tandizodu ta tombo chu nyendu yanandra, dribdu yanandra, shansar nandra, kurwa hi nandra, tombo kandi gogole rese na ronki kalonte yanchi minchi chu gogole re.
So whatever we start, whatever we do, being reciting, practicing, or whatever activity, we should develop the right motivation. If we ask, what should we have as a motivation?
How we correct? Tandizodu kolon te chere zodo tombo chu ngu tsamdila tombo sen non la hyoni rongo kolon la tago yole.
So before we start anything, we should look inside ourselves. We should look at our inner motivation.
Ngachola chere judo kolon namba samchi yore. Gevo kolon, magevo kolon, loma tanjo kolon se.
So there are 3 types of motivation: a virtuous motivation, unvirtuous motivation, and a neutral motivation.
Tandizo de page yana magevo kolon yana te yanchi manchi ju gogol magevo kolon tenya korba tsaba tene jire do chi neton dun digdibla sopa tamche kchi yaman jongpong da bore diore.
So if we have a bad motivation, an unvirtuous motivation, we have to change that, because this can be the source of any kind of veil or any kind of bad action.
Teni gev namto yona ni kap ton tatu ko devin jongkong dandate gevare dole.
So if we have a virtuous motivation, any kind of happiness or any kind of short-term happiness or long-term felicity is coming from virtue.
Tani ge mge nika mahin ba loma tang ko kolhon te chamchala dungal ge joyong rogore chamchala de joyong rogyole chamchala de du ninki je mahin pase gore.
So if we have a neutral motivation, which is not either virtuous or unvirtuous, it has a result which is uncertain, which can be sometimes suffering, sometimes not.
Tani ge dong mge kolhon te jete do du ona ge kolhon te samba zombo jila sigore. Mge bo kolhon se jete samba ngenda jila sigore.
So if we want to say it in an easier way, virtuous motivation is a good way of thinking, a good motivation, and an unvirtuous motivation is a bad motivation.
Tani samba zombo se jete samba zombo se yan semchen ke ton la sanju dindu dunga trandu ton deva tran dindu ku samba yopa te gari chire judon devun jonkon ton deva tamche kun jonkon yele sena samba zombo chila yetani chire judo lam nga sa chu la sofa ke yenten tenda tamche tela teni jong tela teni jongwa tsam masipa ni kap hladon mi kompon tatu sonji ju kompon la tela teni jongore.
So if we have a good motivation, which means wishing well to others, wishing others to get happiness, this is the source of any kind of benefit. This is the source of the progressing to the 5 paths, 10 bhumis, and so a good motivation is the source or the origin of any good result.
Tani samba ngemba se jite kari se go jana yen la nun se ke samba ton ta jig mge country ko samlo ji samba ngemba te jere judo ji ndo cho hie don tumu la so fa ke nyu mon po to so je je ton ko jong kon yon yin le te la teni roba lam je nga hie ni number ga se jo le tandi zo zong du tan dorna jere do spa kamson kor dungan tado jere tero la teni yong yo le.
So if we have bad motivation, which means if we wish bad to others and we have what to say this kind of attitude, and this is the source of all the how to say all the bad things. So that means it's the source of
Tandi zodu tombo chu cheredo ronyo lama tamba chikani on shisiona nda long shisiona nda trip shisiona nda tani chi choga ton chi gamdi la sopa kon shisiona ron toma cheredo tento la nduni kanon la korni ni chu dojing da ko se gana na chul ni dog yana sam den na ngi sanon ko sam band shi te kan din du sam ni ti rong ki rong la ta go yes.
So before we start receiving any kind of transmission, being initiation, reading transmission, or before getting some teaching from a lama, a teacher, we should first look at our own state of mind, our own motivation, to see what state of mind am I in.
Nampion da jina nga tsu sem ko non la tu sam ju tok nyu mo bo ju tu sam ju tok nyu jina tu sam ko tok pa Deep Topa, Mount Potopa, Tatak Topa, Tusang Potopa Mumbo Chulity.
Usually, we always have some thoughts called the thoughts of the three times, either thoughts turned to the past, either turned to the future, either turned to the present.
Tombo Tusang Tonio Knoni Pena, Deep Tonio La Samlo Tonyang Mundu Sam Pena Deepa Chicken Rota Sonri. Tico La Samlo Tona, Tachi Tembe Year, Samchi Mato, Penu Kuyo Mari.
We are focusing on the past, we will be trapped into memory, and this won't enable us to realize. If we practice Dharma with this attitude or in this state of mind, we will not realize the fruit of it.
Tene Maung Potonio Secret, Maung Park Dansu, Maung Park Ding Jamna, Teyon Cherise Panto Chimbo Yojimari, Carre Sena, Maung Pate, Ronki, Gedik Li Kanda, Hina, Tin Div Rontola, Nom Yaji Mato, Ronk Samso Tato, Dotola, Tenten Yonjimari.
So if we are anticipating the future, that's also not useful, because on the contrary, this is a way of actualizing in the present all the veils and the negativity of the future. And also, who knows if whatever we expect will be realized that way? It's not sure at all.
Tene Tata Jerido, the Doyon Namgak Yolo, Ying Shor Nasiri. Ngachagi Samtin Doyon Ngala Ying Dina, Zula Ying, Dala Ying, Tula Ying, Rola Ying, Tula Ying Sona, the dot Soma, the Jerido, Turbo Yima Ying, Tanala, Chu Yomochi Yematu, Deyon Papon.
And in the present, if we are totally distracted by by the five source of distraction, like taste and all those. In that case, we are also not in a situation where we can practice correctly Dharma. And so what should we think? We should just think about realizing and practicing Dharma. We have got this precious body. We have been able to meet a true teacher with all the qualities. And we also have the opportunity of practicing Dharma. So we should rejoice about it. So if we want to know what is the heart or the resume of Dharma, it's the bodhicitta, the precious enlightened mind. So about this subject, I was not there, but you spoke a lot about it in the past few days. So if you want to make it short, to say shortly about the enlightened mind, in very short, it's thinking, may my practice of Dharma be beneficial for all sentient beings. we absolutely need this motivation.
Lamayana gogundu, Travayana gogundu, Aneyana gogundu, Chu Dimkan Kondo, Kong Yana, Ta Kong Yana, Tela Tikong Yete Mena, Chu Zabati, River, Chu Zabati, Himbo Map and the Renrodu, Yanchi Monchi Toma, Te Gogundu, Te Cherejudo, Yorba Sempies, Telaseg.
So either being a lama, a monk, nun, or anyone who practice Dharma needs to start by developing the bodhicitta, this enlightened state of mind. If not, the practice will not be successful. It will not be practiced.
Tandizo tepeli labonda. Tangi chu dujin dingon sam yonde ni chu drifya ke chu te sempian tamche ke dundun roba shu se chu drifya te man donna chugure gamjana chugure dönban donna chugure kolokor na chugure tima rona chugure ngodon tandan donna kato chezon de sempian ke dundun roba shu samje ke sen ding sen sambak toni te yogogore.
So what we need is from the bottom of our heart, bottom of ourself, we should wish that our practice will be will enable people to realize their own benefit, to realize whatever is beneficial for them and what they wish for. And if we practice Dharma with this motivation,
Di hyonchip ko sense samba zombu sansa ko gewa tenda jima samje mashap lap chimbo yul nga tsu gedik tala hyo ho chere zudu zunya cheshong la tsawa nyani rali gumare gare se gorna muchi ko man tongshar jatrop kashi ndon ya di samba zombo te mena man tongshar janja tarbo kompon tose ten kamo yul Shonchip ko sen samba zombu zi samba jiki kong ji chueme kong ring kong perna di tarba to tamchin chen kong tumro songdu gore.
So everything depends on this motivation. If we recite just one Chinese mantra, or we just make one kora or make one prostration with this specific wish of being beneficial to all sentient beings, then it has huge benefit and it will bring us to complete liberation. Practicing Dharma is not a question of quantity, because if we practice on the other way, even 1 million recitation, and we lack this motivation, will not have the right result.
Patrul Rinpoche ko koma ko kari sonyo le resi na chu dimken ki chi hiram zoram ti yu zone nyama ti la ting yol anti haru ni shuru ni tani he zo permi lamna gam ni daron di tek mari hi chi che chu tong togal la sofa tanda ting sapu gam de na yo Samba zombo to mande na konki talam to motote kongla tesam yo songor.
So like the past Patrul Rinpoche, the first Patrul Rinpoche said, even if someone spent his life making the 4 practice of Kirim Zokrimi, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, so the 4 sessions a day, or even if he practices such profound teachings as Toga texture, if he doesn't mix that with the right motivation of the bodhicitta, he says, I really doubt that this person can reach Buddhahood.
Tendezo de ronki samba zombo jik yezona chu jikte ning shaba kante dana jacha jathamba ronko somdan yadan raj chun jiten ni gong ki yana yon shabate di samba zombo chik yozon yona ronla pento yanla yon pento ronko lungo yasan gong depate tan chorbo chikdo jendong parche laso mepa chikong pe chulu mari mi tozo mari te ko dembari rontamre.
So, yeah, and he said also that if we practice with this state of mind, whatever we how to say, so we will realize whatever we have to realize, either in the mundane or either in the non-mundane field, we will realize our own benefit, others' benefit. And this is not a religious talk. This is just an obviously true thing.
Tandri zo tana la te chiri zo lama ganka mare lama zongan la ro le yog mare chiri zo yanchi la tsaba ni ro le yog ma te rondon yo re yang tuen hi dub gona yo te re tandri zo du namba kanda yorba semki se hyonchuk san rumbo chende sa nya ro ndu hyolam kongki kaps chun jikte ning hyaba kong dub kaps na sang noni janba tong shiyan la tani tuje krnyang mares.
So we shouldn't forget that at whatever we do, we eating, going, sleeping, or staying, whatever activity we are in, and being either an activity, an ordinary activity, or an Dharma activity, it should always be blended with this specific state of mind, and this is not this is something which allows us to realize our own benefit and others' benefit without having to rely on anybody else. It's not something depending on either a teacher or it's just depending on us.
Tandrizo samba zombo namba tapachi semla yuna. Ti sepa la teni taru ko top son te loju te jachembo hina tandri jeju do chi su mayan monhyo namje na geveli yepen samba zombo ki namba kona elo sunji jomden no ayole.
So it is said that if you have this right and good motivation, it can even change unvirtue into virtue. So without explaining too much, there are some very famous quotation or stories about even someone who kills and happens to be the source of God. So the of mind, everything can be changed into into the cause of Buddhahood.
Te terezo yorwa senhi. Tani muji mikpa me pasi. Muji me pasi te terezo do ronko tuen chomba la masamni. Ta muji mikpa me pasi te chi jachimbo ting sapuri. Te so ngatsu namjanga hako mandu. Ngaina ko lama yemba nangogo. Ko kabli kabo mikpa me pasi jo. Yana yong. Namba jandala tango ju kare yolesina shog no che yinanda nong che senchen yinanda parong ko lu yinanda nye nyinzi jezi long hyun do tamchi molam to yima no ya kechi la yona kechi la mepar njondro de chere ju do chi demba trapa chi gonyon mepa pe na nguni pa ta na de do tamchi jano yo chere che chenjina molam no ya yima no ya structure no yang ato yo mara ten rabo chila samlo kon ton tat tona mu mi me ko chu song yo.
So that was for the first, now the first point is finished. The second one is about the main practice, the main subject. So Mingme Damba, I think there's many different way of translating that, but maybe the non-conceptualization. So about this subject, which he says he doesn't know himself completely how to explain that, or to he doesn't understand it fully, but he will just say a few words. The main point is whatever we can perceive, being the other world, people living in this world, our own self, our own body, we should conceive it as being nothing else but having the nature of illusion, or having the nature of a dream. We cannot give any solid reality to anything. We cannot hold on anything. Something happens to be true or real now, and just a minute or just a second later, it will, its reality or its truth will disappear.
Mönlam tong yima nong yin ji ngon tandi zo samlo tona ngi mi me ko gochos. Tenin tama te nju ngoba tambas.
So that was for the second point, and now the third one is the dedication.
Tang ngoba tamba te karijina pe na man jingdone ommani pe ma hong cho semchen ko ton langi te young yang ngo yang te mato te manan dönji te getsa te ngala na yongre ni maung pala chiri judo dev jechilan rogre samlo matone mana jandona tongdona jingdona kholo ji kona kora ji hina ji gam ji kamma ji jamna ti getsa te yen senchen ko ton la renro ba shu se malam ji jab yana getsa chunchun ji dam madam na yo getsa chunchun te pe na chiri judo te jansun chimbo rendo go pe yole pe na chutupa ji chutupa chunchun jona te shema no lugana lamsong kondo gore jansun da ji no lugana jansu maze pa ti chutupa te kam jo me pa no jan rong geva gon drpa te hyon chip sang tsi sambo ngoni ta sempen ga tang mowa hi gana ti geva te chiri judo songji ko kompong top ma som pa gewa ti yen jen kanda chimna hik thagma gewa ti nyama re yu korong ronghu ko ya pere judo tsadong zishin hipa no yi ji ya man nin ro yu la tag nju la yen ji man ji ngowa te kar chimbo zo ngo tong te ma shi na nga chu nam jang jumper pa wu chatan chemba tong kondo zombu te yang se jumper pa wo jumper yong ko kandi hu si kondo zombu kandi hu si nguru bo chen kandi hu si tsabal lama nam ji kandi hu si
So this third point is whatever we have been done as a practice, reciting just one money, making some circumambulation or prosternation, or having some session of meditation, whatever we did, we are just not keeping the benefit of that for ourselves. We offer it to others, to all sentient beings. We dedicate it to all sentient beings. And this is a way of preventing our merits to disappear and to be, how to say, to disappear. And so there's an example for that. It said that if you drop a little bit of water in the sand, it will be immediately dried up. If you drop a little bit of water in the ocean, it will never be dried up. In the same way, if we don't dedicate, our merits will be exhausted. It's like a drop of water in the sand. And if we dedicate our merits, it will be like putting the drop of water into the ocean. That means that this water will never disappear as long as the ocean doesn't disappear. In other words, dedicating our merits makes it grow, makes our merits grow, and allows us to, how to say, to develop our merits.
Tendezo de toga tamba, se tamba sante yunchi, manchi chun chenye kongo kaps gogo yole. Tene tata cheredo yorba sempi tamba, mime tamba, yu mowa tamba, se tamba sante zi samba chigu goni, chu dojite rong gankar, lama gankar mari, trabo gankar mari, yang gankar ma. Rong gankar de rong ki gankar ni. Patrul Rinpoche ki komak rong choron la oga choron la shasa niji uyo yona chu choron ki drip chu lami drip chu ane ki drip chu tabi dana chu chokala di chu te pengamari ko chu dana yapori mato ngatu chu drogama lamna te rong la nunsi yegi yolirana chu drjite rong gankroyam ta ngarong chire jido chu drjite ngarong gankroyam 연나요 추테기 나라 팬토 온지 리 삼나 테테체 삼바티 디기요 말 나초 체르도 nom바 손지라 테첸 테메스 몽보줄 누아 대도 소마테 삼비 온기 예바티 셰용군두 던데조도 롱키 담바 고마 남지 삼바 좀보 치아 삼바 좀부 추 덥송도 지텔라 삼지 마샤파 팬토 쳔부 니 쳔부 던데 나초 타타 파트rumbo 쳔키 di danala hyongchup sang Mönlam jor tinongla yun jikchu mena tacha songji drap sawa manur pati kandere jina samba zombo chi chuchi drna ten songji konfon to songduk techire jido deri chuhyele mari kesha tanala ta min dendri songdu sejwa lapcho greba.
So those 3 points. The first point, which is the developing the enlightened mind, bodhicitta. Second point, which is the non-conceptualization. Supreme methods. The 3 supreme methods. And the third one, which is the dedication of merits. Those 3 supreme methods are not depending on anyone else but ourselves. It's not depending on a lama, it's not depending on monks or a group of monks or nuns. And so Rinpoche is again quoting the first Patrul Rinpoche, who says, well, addressing some people, are you loving yourself? Are you wishing good for yourself? In that case, you should watch your own, how to say, your own way of practicing. And if you like yourself, if you want to help yourself, just, I would say, enshrine all your practice into those 3
3 supreme methods.
Those 3 supreme methods. Then I think that was the main subject. And so Rinpoche says he's just sharing with you his thoughts, and this is
마토 제레디도 양디 지지해 근도 코추 제도 동면 직지신들 해서 삼으니 근데 저들이요 gond도 두소조송.
So he says, sorry for spoiling your time. I'm not somebody who is entitled to teach Buddhism, teach Dharma, but I just shared with you some of my views.
Oh yeah, no. If you have any questions, you are very welcome. Tambasan kola tva yona tia ya yona. Ola so. Tony, one pound. Ola so. Mo traba la tong tong to mato huge. Materi. Do you have the microphone? 도도 저봐 도도 세죠.
tani lama kwatan chanla. Oni tani tuji che kwatan che jiwayin. Tani chawa dodo te chawa dodo menda ngende this kachimbo ndo ji. Oni tani te tambasam se andeli saga ge acho chudrab di ta ta tambasam yona chudrab ku yor churi. 담바슴 메나 추적고요 말이다. 저랑 그 먹은 인간인 자mon다 지속이는 때미시 때리. 다 담바슴된 다 체용비값 될라 나르공 가서 그 가상 공당 가서 보게니 가차 용인. 가차테 가리 용인세나 라만 남바 그추 잡잡치니 마망라 가서 버 마망라 그 송근두다 만두도 때 지인 코나발. 옛나양 마망라 코나바 그 송나양 코문나양 라친 남던다 던다양 던다 송근도 마망라 토르낭 침보문도 비와는 작근도 휘악는 작근도 꼬라네 예근도 답하는도 다나 아니 나랑 그 희고 삼지고 삼바테 나초퍼 마망라 요니 뇨뇨레 세근도 닌 다르고 코나발라 뜻이 때 옛날 말 마망라 추녀 아즈니 추샤용나 마망라 답하고 퐁요 말 나초 마망테 답하고 슉보리 때인디 타초 마망 그 돈이 체결했어 뜻이 다다 공기 담바섬 때 던다고 카 사오 고 데오 요나 직접 맨나 답적 던다 송용 비값라 그다 정말 그거는 희송해 돼 저와 요큰 찌가면 누가 다 정말 그다 담바섬 그 나니 추접 희거요라 어때 맨나 저와 땅 거래 코나바 돈이를 만두 지금 뭐자다 뭐만 이카 노르나지 노래 나서 그 추고 샹아치 봐서 나서 좀 까뽕가 나 짓디 장와치니 타르송 좀 말아 나서 노르나 가래요래 야 저와 땅 거래 노르사 문이테 추접디 람카 노르였나 때 차리 여러 저와 찍 노르는 그 깨요 말았어 근데 내니 뭐만라 레크 그 지만 던다 송용 비깔라 저와 땅야라 소소로나 똑바요나 저와 땅야라 하장 그 나르법 땅 담비가니 저니 노르니 저기요라 아시아삼니 어때를 때문에 라만 던다 콩남바 서이나 잘 양모 아니 그 특신 전부 던다 저 촉촉인데 다 존잠는 존이 니 단계 저 포마송다는 아니 담바섬세 디와르 무지 무미 담바테 간다 고르세고 지 던다치니 지 저럭치제니 먹기지시야 내 마토카 구치 저한다 던다 땅야메 그치랑
몰랐어. 더니 다 라마 우젠 추독 he is really difficult to understand Dr. Dabe's accent, and he hasn't got any questions, but he just gives suggestions. Okay, yesterday he demonstrated many Tibetan lamas. They are really don't seriously teaching to the Tibetan communities. Only someone's rich, someone has money, and someone's handsome, beautiful, and this kind of person is coming, then there's Tibetan Lama says, yes, they're teaching, but in the ordinary, general, lay peoples, they never teachings. Then I say this something, this is not corrected. And also I a little bit against to him. I say this maybe some great masters, included Holiness Dalai Lama, such as the Tanzan, many peerless teachers. They try to really to teaching Dharma to our communities, but they the prostrating and also to have faith, devotion, and everything. But when really to teaching times, they are not really properly listened. And also it's they are just even they attend to the teaching place, maybe their mind is not be there, and therefore, and he today says we need to really to study. Also yesterday said this, and the teachings may be too high, very difficult to understand. maybe some lamas to teach very to bring it down, like using the slang, and to maybe our like kind of lay practitioners to easily to understand, and that is his give kind of the suggestion or give advice to the lamas and to lay persons. Then I want to say no question, but thank you very much for advice. Then taba yamba meji ore ya chola yo re titido ya muna chikoson lasso questions. Okay.
Lama namba da mi namba changma la ya tashdile chira ani yege tuwa khalna mi mangbo chi chi gore chi za shi wo kama kashi ro sa de zamani khungro da nga je shi shi lang je ani chi de me ba cha ro song da anti ma cha che do ani chi dang bo go zu du su su gi chi gi go zu ye gi ji yora den de ani shu du du ma chi gi go je ye gi ta pena Mönlam de indone kana chu ma goje ro chi yores pena drama chona drama gojo ya da shula ani ma shu du ya da tindi yore ani tindi chetu pena ani kyorang ge khungro na nga je de so sabaina an kyorang chu che shen ju di chama ma phu man ro la pento yore shu de ngone rebe rela an jo ni ba de karana tina nga jo ya ma bodo mo chila nga ma bodo da nga zo mi che gi nga de ya bo shingim do kamanga zro lana dinga dinga zol mi chi nye le ya bo ke chi bon de ra ani ja ba zu mi ma de chi de to na ani mo pa che so yan ja so na ngan chen nga de cha sa jo de ya de cha sa re
ho kandi ko
di na lo nga ma bo chi jo ye shi
oh lasso do yam oh lasso te ju do tata chek song ji ko getsa kong dna getsa change mi shi pa u ji mi tamba se uji mimi tamba se jido molom tong jimangoni chu tamchi dna tene te chen te sik thak mare se te pen chu de bakap salam ji hedong long ze chen zu hedong long na hedong te jere jido kechi hedong na karba tong de saz ge ba jom ro se to uji mimi se te karisan molom tong jimangnon ji da yona lamsong chen tanda ngamba leuna te me pa zo thog mare songundu tene chire do njula ngoba gi tip man ten don sama thod karin don ngoba te zo chana tene yom mage non tok hik thog mare songundu tene zo do ko te geba te ya chese do chi thap che samba che pa yorwa san he geba te chen hik mat pa he pa nguji mime geba te kongni kong de yam pern ro ji do Tonyo hikmet pahezi te kareresena unjungwa te samrela te dembare teni mok te sondajena dembare kon namba chik yamo chik yogu misarta ta nganda chinangi mok son dönde te se dram tok sam jingno yu ma to chik sanskrit tanda hakon kan chik logni te uni dembare lola longna yamo re tata ngindi kot solomanda na choma jere ju sanskrit re phonetic language chomi hakon rongwa ngasu tse modu dambare tateke jerna ma jogoin ta jibore so jer tsamati her question is when you doing the some virtues maybe they not enhanced by the supreme method of the compassion or maybe no conceptualization and dedicate if you are like kind of during the virtues maybe you are angry. Maybe this one moment of the angers to destroy all your virtues. This is truth or not? It is a truth. Many texts say that. And the principally is like the non-conceptualizations very necessary. When we occur in that, what we do the virtual things. And certainly some things someone's provoke you, someone's make the condition to make angry. Maybe you one moment angry. Yet the Shanta Deva said, one like kind of instant you're angry, maybe you did something 1,000 years done virtues, you can to destroyed, and like this. But at the beginning, enhanced by the bodhicitta, in the middle, enhanced by the non-conceptualization, in the end, enhanced by the dedications. These virtues never cannot destroy any the virtues. And then her second question is, maybe our request and pray. You know, there's many mentors. These mentors, she said, is a little difficult for the lay people. These mentors difficult to read. Probably if someone's to speak Sanskrit, maybe it's like kind of the correct the mentors. Maybe we can record, then we can send to each other this. And like this. Okay, now, René, what do you have question? Can you give?
Could you say a few words of how to link the second non-conceptualization with devotion that we have to that we must have for the guru on the path of the Vajrayana? It's quite long, I think. This how to link this together, these two.
Non-conceptualization and
devotion.
Guru.
Yeah,
Devotion.
and devotion. This, yeah, I know. Sorry.
Lama la tepa yogi ni la tepa kari yo le song le ba ta te ri te ni ga te kaka yin ji re sam duk tepa yogi te da china geva ka chashi ji re ti geva chashi te nguji mi me ka ti san so na tepa yobo ji la ro gun du wa teni tepa te geva ren ro re tepa te yon ta pa ren ro te ya na geva kon shin na jezi ka manurva chikton tata uch ngacho tambasam sendujite geva yopo zozi chito chatopo zozi chito tofo yonzi chik chet yon pena lama chila tepa shena nime tepa tega yozoni yona tepa te tashimbo tepa te namba topo chirindogo tena chila parchi segin san I will just say, or you can translate.
Thank you.
Okay, and I think is this to you talking about the non-conceptualization and the faith and devotions. I think it's the devotion. Faith is a kind of the virtues, okay? And these virtues you need to enhance by the non-conceptualization. Then these virtues is like kind of become the profound and become the successful. And therefore, this is a little bit different. Okay. Ndugurela. Lama nyamala tikod kuch. Tate nganji no che songon kembo. Kongi trabatina laso.
Tumi ki chut to tambasang zingre zing mares. Kasi tambasang zamazung ne chut yimba gocho gre chog mares.
Laso temen ki temen nyentu tab ngi kaso chilla using chido temen ta kaso shiv sim seon de shiv tamate jinji yichik tepachila tu olele te chirejudo chu number tawachi kte te tambasan ji simyo seji de kali kabole chirejudo chi thori ke devachila mingning jog yoreba tani shiven rin tendana nyantu to rongjase tata cherong kutwa no yang tepa member regisel te ke chirejudo lam tanchi to su du yona korwa hyanlok minjong ji la tudo korwa hyanlok minjong seji te ngan korwa la ten rog mas ngaron ju nyor de yunala nyangel di kompon tok rog yin jirejudo tela dacham kompon rog yin zina te kare resen ta chigla tambasan ji sim seji te yobo jreo sam mandu sam gundu chu yin yimbala tambasan ji sim yo sam mandu sam gundu kare resena pe na dacham kompon dacham tela lokchi to lame se nindwa ta lame nyong din da chi na yong ta wa lame nyong di dacham pate sonji re te hyong jo ma lokchi nyong di seji te jirejudo dacham kompon top sona di ngong tenala karba jash thambal yugundu layon sonji tuk wazir ji karni e jiba tamba chorong tarong song ji mundu chorong ka lamte norndu tang yong xiar ta jere judo lam ka ngozong ni cholam ni ngozong de yang ju gure techen ka lang lan ju shongchi sang ka zisang zi chi ngu ji mime ka zisang zi do ju ngobi zisang zi zo tening habi chu drop go gure tandi song song du to zo na temen ti chu te chu do je drble je jere judo sadamba mantu pache rog yo se gore tandi jete yanna yo number to yon to job sonji kompon tobzi ke jola rog yo se mandu si hyogi last the lama nyamas question is the inferior vehicles they're like kind of the like a pure dharma or not, they have the supreme methods, yes or no. If this the also is the inferiors, you can to say that Theravada. Theravada, I don't want to say okay, Shavaka, Pachika Buddha's paths, and if there are like kind of the pure, if not pure Dharma, do they reach enlightenment or not? Maybe this is the main questions. And then is I just to say yesterday I said is that there is the three like a kind of the practitioners, like higher, middle, and the lower Dharma practitioners, ordinary peoples. If this path is we can to make the resume, and they have like a confidence to the causalities, and they have the faith, but their goal is that want to reborn in superiors realms, human God, like a demigod. And that is also this doing dharmas, not that perfect, and maybe not enhanced by the three supreme methods. And then is the middle the practitioner, it is the, I don't want to use the Trava, I want to use the Shavaka and Pachika Buddhas. This is also is dharma, of course, but maybe not enhanced by the three supreme methods, because one is like they take this path when they are become the arhat. Arhat is a kind of the pure arhat, left of arhat. Pure arhat is the Buddha. There's nothing left. But left arhat is Shavaka, Pachika Buddhas. When they become enlightened, kind of the meditative concentrate, like kind of the to be like go beyond, like kind of the, I'm not sure the, how do you say, the samsara nirvana, but maybe in the go beyond the samsara, and they be in this state 18 eons. After 80 eons, and they receive the light, luminosity from the Buddhas. To Buddha said, the fortunate student, you are not fully awakened, and you now you need to go back and to apply the Mahayana's path. And then they are like kind of the apply the Mahayana path, and then quite fast, quite quickly, but also like this. Also in Shavaka Pachika Buddhas, in their life, someone says that they can to reach until the 7 bhumis, but then it's like still there is something left over. In that perspective, maybe, of course, they practice Dharma, but purely or they practice things maybe enhanced by the three supreme methods. I have doubt. That I said. Okay. Lasso, yamba chiot, tendrik son de mason kon nambal, jado son chidum, ni komasi. Oh yeah, teri mo pon janta lasso tijiche. Dolai jida penye pa jincho sambar malu gonsos tabai choge tome karbar sonama jeje toni raso chen zui lui ban par san den bun tu yong bo jia sen